My name is Brooke Ridley, and I am a student in Dr. Seeger's Engineering Business Practice class, CEE 300. I will be discussing the choice that households in developing African nations face in regards to having access to electricity. Globally, 1.3 billion people lack access to electricity. In Africa, over 600 million people live without access to electricity. That's between 60 to 65% of the continent's population. A majority of this population turns to costly and unhealthy energy alternatives, such as kerosene fuel, to meet basic energy needs for lighting or charging cell phones. Kerosene fuel is essentially jet fuel that poses significant health and environmental risks at the household level. Not only does kerosene produce a poor quality of lighting, but it causes indoor air pollution, suppressed health, and has a high risk for toxic structural fires. Inhaling fumes from kerosene fuel has the same effect on an individual's health as smoking 2 cigarette packs a day. 80% of households in Kenya rely on kerosene for lighting because they are not linked to the national electricity grid. Up to 30% of a family's income is spent on kerosene fuel for electricity. Many households also need electricity to charge their cell phones, so they have to make a trek into town to pay at a kiosk every time they need to charge their cell phone. So what is PAYG Solar? PAYG Solar is a payment option for solar panels which allows users to pay a small upfront fee followed by even smaller monthly payments until the solar panel system is paid off. The user receives a solar panel system as well as a solar lamp for lighting and a cell phone charger. This system is ideal for households living off the grid in developing countries because these households often cannot afford the upfront cost of a solar panel for electricity. Solar is a Nairobi-based business that has pioneered the idea of pay-as-you-go solar energy in Africa. People use their cell phones to make payments for the solar panel systems as they need energy. After 12 months, the system is paid off and users acquire full ownership of the solar system and have access to free solar energy. So let's say a household living in rural Kenya is trying to determine whether or not it would be worth their money to invest in a PAYG solar system through M-KOPA, as opposed to continuing to pay for kerosene fuel and charging costs. This household needs access to electricity for lighting as well as cell phone charging. Let's first look at the electricity costs of a household using kerosene fuel over a period of 6 years. The following costs must be considered in the cash flow diagram. The cost of the kerosene lamp, which is $5.80, wick replacement, which would cost $2 per year, kerosene fuel, which would cost $62.70 per year, and cell phone charging fees at the kiosk, which would cost 25 cents each time the user decides to charge. So let's say the household has one kerosene lamp and has to replace the wick in the lamp every year. Let's also say that they need to charge their cell phone at least 4 times per week. This results in a cash flow diagram with consistent costs throughout the 6-year period. Note that payments occur at a consistent level of about $100 over the course of the 6 years. The total payment over 6 years for the household's electricity cost is $620.40. And then if we use a discount value of 5% to calculate the present value of the kerosene fuel and cell phone charging costs over 6 years, the net present cost of the electricity using kerosene fuel will be $462.95. Now let's consider that the household chooses to invest in an M-KOPA PAYG solar system. The M-KOPA D-Lite D10G includes a 4-watt solar panel, 3 LED lights, and 1 phone charger. The following costs must be considered in the cash flow diagram. An initial down payment of $28, monthly payments of 50 cents per month over the course of 12 months, maintenance and repair costs, which were determined to be $150 per year after year 2. This is because warranty is guaranteed by M-KOPA for 1 year after purchase. Finally, the battery replacement cost of $35 will occur at year 5 since the lithium-ion batteries that store the energy from the solar panel have a lifetime of about 4 years. These costs result in the cash flow diagram over a 6-year period. Comparing this flow diagram to the one for kerosene fuel, There are only two major costs that occur in year 1 and year 5. Year 1 is the down payment for the system, and then year 5 is the cost to replace the battery. The total payment over 6 years for the M-COPA system will be $89.10. Once again, using a discount value of 5%, the net present cost of the solar panel system will be $66.49. So now let's go back to the household that is trying to make this decision. Should the household go with kerosene fuel or the M-COPA solar system? Well, based on the present costs, the answer is simple. The household should go with the PAYG solar option because it will save them about $400 over the 6-year period. For a household living off the grid in rural Kenya, that is significant savings. Although the upfront cost of the PAYG solar system is a little higher than the initial cost of kerosene fuel, the long-term savings are well worth it.